Welcome to another Near Protocol update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $5 a month. Speaking of the daily Discord updates, yesterday we posted a bunch of them, so in case you don't want to miss out on something that's going on in the market, make sure to check out the memberships. Also, speaking of the memberships, one of our gold members actually recommended this video to us, so I mean, we can thank him for that. And yeah, if you do not know, gold members get a, video, an altcoin video from me every single month. So if you want me to cover a specific altcoin for you, check out the memberships. Also check out the third wave of the third wave merchandise. And yeah, let's finally talk about Near Protocol because I've been yapping for the past 40 seconds. And well, the setup on the Near Protocol chart is a bit weird. I mean, we do have a 1, 2, 3 setup, and well, we are still working on the fourth wave, as you can see. And well, I'm not really a fan of this setup because, I mean, it could be wrong. The first wave move up is only up in 3 waves. Now, we did get a reaction to the 0.618 support level in the second wave move down, which is good. And the third wave move up did get to the 1.618 of the first wave right here, and that's also good. This shows us that the third wave is most likely in. And right now we're waiting for the fourth wave move down, and the support for that is between the 0.32 support level and the 618 of the third wave. That is between $2.94.7 and $2.67. So I'm expecting a short-term drop. Now, don't expect this drop to be don't expect this drop to be too significant because we already got to the 618 in the second wave move down, meaning that the fourth wave move down will most likely not be as significant. And honestly, just a touch of the 0.382 support level would be enough to confirm that the low is in if we actually get back above the highs after that. Now, I also want to talk about the bull market support band. We are about to have a cross, and I think Near Protocol is one of the first altcoins that will get a cross, and this is bullish because if you look at what happened, the previous couple of times when Near had a cross on the bull market support band, I mean, this is an example right here, even though we dropped after that, as you can see, after we got the cross, I mean, we've got a cross and then we just went down for a couple of weeks, but then we went from like $3.50 all the way up to like $8. And I think something like this will happen again. Now, I can give you a better example because, well, what happened over here was obviously not that great for Near Protocol, but it was okay because we still fell in the support zone after that, so it's fine. What I want to show you is what happened after a cross about right here. We had a cross, we continued going down, just like we did up here, and then, as you can see, we had this big bounce, which put us back above the bull market support band and the 200-day moving average, and here we went from like 97 cents all the way up to about, let's say, $9. So it went up about 10x. And I think something like this is very close to happening again. I believe something like this even happened in the previous cycle. I believe it was, well, over here, but this was a, near well, actually, no, this was the beginning of the bull market support band. So let's actually skip to this part. Here we had a cross, and then after that, we went from like $4.80 all the way up to about $20. So the crosses on the bull market support band are usually extremely bullish, and we're waiting for that. Now, don't expect the market to get a pump exactly after the cross. Like I said, here it took a couple of weeks, and here it took a couple of weeks as well, but at some point we will most likely break above the bull market support band, and then I'm still expecting Near Protocol to finally get a third wave of this very big 1-2 setup. Now, I told you this in my other couple of Near Protocol videos, but in the previous cycle, I mean, Near Protocol did not have the best setup. You could theoretically count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup, but I don't really like that idea, to be honest. I see it more as an ABC structure, which, I mean, it still works for a first wave move up, but it's not the best looking first wave move up. And well, by the looks of it, I mean, Near Protocol seems to be doing the exact same thing in this cycle. This could just be an ABC structure, and after the third wave, maybe that will just be the top for the cycle, so please be careful. And if you bought right here, for example, always remember to take profits on the way up because you never know what can happen. Now, speaking of the main third wave up here, we don't even have the first wave because when we actually went up, yes, we did have a first wave here, but then we dropped below this low right here, and that invalidated the whole setup. Well, that was not great, but I mean, it did turn the structure into a much bigger ABC, so the low is most likely already in, meaning that right now what we're working on is the first wave of the main third wave, and I mean, if you go on the short term, I just talked about the 5 waves of that first wave. So once we complete the 5th wave right here, that will complete the first wave, meaning that after that we will need an ABC down, and I'm gonna give you a support zone for that as well, but only when it happens because we don't have any top yet. Now I am expecting NEAR to actually break above the bull market support band and the 200-day moving average soon, because I mean Ethereum is going up right now and Bitcoin dominance is dropping. It's down like 3%. And I'm not gonna say that the altcoin season has started because I cannot say that yet. I mean, yes, we did drop like 3%, but this is obviously not enough to say that the altcoin season started, especially when you look at what happened over here, and especially when you look at what happened in November. I mean, here we had a drop on the Bitcoin dominance chart and everybody thought that the altcoin season started, and what do you think happened after that? We got a new cycle high because everybody got too greedy right here. So I'm not gonna get too greedy this time. I'm just gonna, wait until Bitcoin dominance drops below 56.6%, and then I'm gonna finally call for the altcoin season. Until that happens, I mean, it could always go higher, so please be careful. Is it gonna do that? I don't think so, but you never know. And well, let's talk about the third wave target right now. I mean, the minimum target for the main third wave is the 1618 of the first wave move out, and that is at $35. Is it gonna go that high? I have no idea, and that would just be speculation, but that is the minimum target. Now there's another extension on the chart, which is 1.414. There's gonna be some resistance in this area at $22, so please be careful. Now, like I said, if you bought down here at like $2 and it goes to like $20, you are already up like 10x, and I'm not giving you financial advice, but you should most likely take some profits, because I mean, we could always get here and then just start a bear market like after that, so be careful with this. Also, I want to talk about the weekly chart for a second, because what's happening on the weekly is also important. Here, we finally broke above the moving average on the weekly RSI, which is a good sign, because, I mean, here, for example, when we tried going up in November, we did the exact same thing. We went above the moving average, and as you can see, we tried retesting it, and that was actually bad, because that put us below the moving average again on the RSI, and that gave us this move right here. So what we need to do right now is perhaps retest it and then bounce after that. Now, don't expect it to be retested right now, because I'm still expecting another wave up to complete the first wave, but then after that we're still gonna need an ABC down, so it could be a good time to retest it. But I mean, like I said, the ABC down is not gonna take too long, so be careful with that. And well, we'll see where NEAR goes. Like I said, I think a couple of videos ago, NEAR protocol actually topped way later in the previous cycle. It actually topped in April of 2022, or you could say that it actually topped over here if you really wanted to, but I mean, this is most likely just a double top or an ABC, but the B structure almost got above the previous highs. So it actually topped like a couple of months after the other altcoins. And is this gonna happen again in the cycle? I have no idea, but it is possible. And if we are only getting an ABC in this cycle, I mean, maybe the third wave will top at the end of the year and then we go down in the bear market again, or maybe this time is different and we get the third wave up, then we go in the fourth wave move down, and then we still get the fifth wave move up after that. If that's the case, I'm gonna give you a target for the fifth wave, but only after we get the fourth wave down. So, I mean, that's all we need to know about the weekly chart, and yeah, we need to kind of retest the moving average before going up, but I think in the next couple of weeks, NEAR protocol is gonna do very, very well if it actually manages to break above the bull market support band. Now, also, I need to talk about the monthly chart. I mean, right now, it's not looking too great on the RSI. We are below the moving average, which is very, very bad, and what we need to do is break above it, because if we do not, and let's say we do get to the moving average and if we get rejected, that could be the beginning of the bear market. So please be extremely careful with that. We need to get above this and we need to do it extremely fast. Now, there's a good thing about this, and that is that the RSI dropped quite a lot. So here we went from like $9 all the way down to like almost, well, less than $2, and the RSI on the monthly dropped from 64 to now about 44. So we obviously have a lot more room to the upside in case we do get an altcoin season. Well, I think it's gonna happen, but in case NEAR protocol actually follows the altcoins during the altcoin season. So I mean, we could get to the overbought territory like we did right here in the previous cycle, and if we do, that's gonna put NEAR protocol above the previous all-time highs at least, And like I said, the minimum target for the third wave is $35, but there's going to be some resistance in this area. So that's pretty much it, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. Like, subscribe, also check out the third wave merchandise, and I will see you in the next one.